Meghan Markle has finally responded, but not in a press conference, not in a heartfelt post. She responded the only way she knows how, through a carefully crafted article in a magazine she's known to have on speed dial. And the reason she's speaking up is because what she did on July 1st sparked one of the most explosive royal controversies in years. That's the day Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand, As Ever, launched its very first rosé wine. It was a product launch that collided with one of the most painful dates in royal history. July 1st is Princess Diana's birthday. And not only that, it's a day deeply connected to her tragic death caused by a drunk driver. So when Meghan chose that date to release an alcohol brand, it didn't just feel tone deaf. To many, it felt disrespectful. Felt Royal insiders claimed Prince William took it personally. Deeply, for him, Diana's birthday is sacred. And to watch Meghan commercialize that date with bottles of rosé, it struck a nerve. The public agreed. Meghan said absolutely nothing in the days following the launch. No tribute, no explanation, no acknowledgement of the date's meaning. After days of silence and a social media firestorm, Meghan finally spoke up. Not directly, of course, but through an article in People magazine. And this sounds familiar because this has become her go-to move. When the backlash gets too loud, Meghan releases a crafted piece and tries to flip the entire narrative. Now, let's see what she has to say. According to the article, Meghan wasn't trying to be disrespectful. She wasn't using Diana's birthday for marketing. No, turns out this was all about love. The article claimed that July 1st wasn't just Diana's birthday. It was also the exact day Prince Harry first reached out to Meghan back in 2016. That's right. The article says that on July 1st, Harry saw a selfie of Meghan on Instagram, was instantly intrigued, and asked a mutual friend for her contact info. That day, according to the story, is when their fairy tale began. So now the message is, this wasn't a wine launch on Diana's birthday. It was a tribute to our love story. Convenient, right? I just can't believe how manipulative this woman is. Critics were quick to call it a cover. If July 1st really held that much personal significance to the couple, why has it never been mentioned before? No Instagram posts, no anniversaries, just silence. Until the date became controversial. And let's not ignore the obvious. If the product was really meant to honor their connection, why choose rosé of all things? Why not a card, a photo, or something even remotely personal? Instead, Meghan's team is now asking the public to believe that this was all a romantic gesture, not a calculated launch. But for many watching, the timing doesn't feel symbolic, it feels strategic. And the worst part is that it didn't work. Before the wine, before the headlines, before the so-called love story tribute, there was jam. Yes, Meghan's As Ever brand first dipped its toes into the market with something simple, a jar of apricot spread. But even that couldn't go smoothly. At first, it looked like a limited drop, Instagram-worthy packaging, cottagecore vibes, and just enough mystery to spark curiosity. Fans scrambled to order it. But then came the emails, refunds, apologies, no jam. The company claimed that demand was overwhelming and they simply couldn't fulfill the orders. The spin? We'll refund you and send a free jar later. But people weren't buying it, and literally or figuratively. Commentators and business insiders quickly pointed out what should have been obvious. This wasn't exclusivity. It was a logistical failure. We're not talking about a custom-built yacht or luxury fashion. We're talking about jam, a product that should be easy to produce, stock, and ship if you're even remotely prepared. The narrative around scarcity fell apart fast, and what was supposed to look exclusive now just looked sloppy. It was the first crack in the A's Ever brand, and for many, the first sign that Meghan's venture was running more on hype than substance. Refunds, promises, and no actual product. Sound familiar? With backlash mounting over both the wine and the jam, Meghan turned to one of her favorite strategies, the romance card. In another section of the People article, which, let's be honest, reads more like a press release, Meghan shifts the spotlight from scandal to sentiment. According to her, this whole brand rollout has sparked a honeymoon period with Harry. Yes, really. She paints the image of domestic bliss. Harry watching her work, lovingly admiring her creativity as she scribbles notes and edits content, just like she did in her TIG days. The message: this isn't just a brand, it's them, their love, their origin story, their passion. But viewers weren't swooning, they were rolling their eyes. The problem wasn't the romance itself, it was the timing. This second honeymoon narrative didn't feel like a genuine insight into their relationship. It felt like a distraction, a carefully placed subplot to soften the blow of a tone deaf launch and a failed product rollout. And it begged the question: if this business is really so meaningful and personal, why is it constantly needing public damage control? It's not the first time Meghan has leaned on emotional language to counter criticism, but this time it felt hollow. When people are calling out poor decisions and bad optics, telling them your husband thinks you're cute while you edit newsletters isn't exactly going to change the story. To the public, launching an alcohol brand on Princess Diana's birthday was already a bad look. But for the royal family, especially Prince William, it went beyond bad optics. It was personal. This is the same William who was just 15 when his mother died in a car crash involving an intoxicated driver. The memory of that day isn't just tragic, it's trauma. So when Meghan Markle decided to launch a wine brand on July 1st, it wasn't just seen as tasteless, it was seen as crossing a sacred line. According to one insider close to the royal household, it's what he's come to expect from her, but this still hit a nerve. For William, Diana's birthday is a day of reflection, not promotion, not press, and certainly not profit. Whether Meghan meant to provoke or not, the result was the same: pain. What made it worse was the follow up. Instead of a private apology or even silence, Meghan pushed the love story defense through the media. That move didn't just fail, it amplified the insult. To many watching, it felt like she was trying to overwrite Diana's memory with her own narrative. And no matter how polished the PR spin, that's not something the public or the palace was ever going to accept. If you've been watching all this unfold and wondering, what exactly is this brand? Um, you're not alone. Because Meghan's as ever isn't just controversial, it's confusing. One minute it's apricot jam in glass jars, the next it's Napa Valley rosé. Are we getting a lifestyle brand, a luxury food label, a celebrity blog revival? No one really knows. And that's a problem. Even the name itself is inconsistent. Is it as ever or as ever? Lowercase or capital E? Every detail feels up for interpretation, like the brand is being built midair without a parachute. Then there's the rollout. Two major product drops, and both ran into chaos. The jam wasn't delivered. The wine sparked international backlash. And yet the team behind the brand, if there even is a real team, keeps pushing a message of elegance, thoughtfulness, and exclusivity. It's marketing without a foundation, and the cracks are showing. What started as a promising clean slate for Meghan post royal life is now being seen by many as a PR driven vanity project. a business fueled not by strategy but by storytelling, one that constantly needs to be explained, defended, or rewritten. The audience is noticing, the headlines are growing, and the question now isn't just what she's selling, it's does she even know? And the biggest irony? For a brand called As Ever, nothing about it feels steady. It's chaotic, reactive, unclear. And if this continues, people won't just stop buying the products, they'll stop listening to the story. If you made it this far, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because this story's far from over.